Welcome to Totally Beads Live. How are you doing today? Today here in Merseyside, it is very wet, very miserable, a dull and dreary day. It rained sideways before on the walk to school, so hence why I look as dishevelled as I do. It's a little bit cold as well, but I've got something lovely for you today, so thank you for joining me. I'm going to be showing you how to make these very pretty necklaces. Now you're getting absolutely loads in your kit today, so you're going to be able to make up 3 necklaces, and you can change the design. So you can see here I've got a lovely kind of asymmetrical look with those gorgeous crystal beads running down the side. You can do that on the opposite side as well if you want to, and you can change up your design however you wish. So drop me a comment. Where are you watching from? What have you been doing? Did you have a nice weekend? And most importantly, what are you working on? What have you been making? I'm going to take you over to the website now so you can see the 5 lovely colours that we've got, and you can see what's in your kits today. So over we go to totallybeads.co.uk. Let me share this for you. So head over into the video tutorial category. You can find that in lots of different places on the main page. And today we are doing the Isabel necklace. So you can see here we have lots of lovely colours for you today. It's showing as no stock. I don't know what's happened there. I've had a little message. Can I see what's going on? Yeah, that's our lovely Lucy saying everything's showing as no stock. I don't know what's happened there. Hopefully we'll be able to fix that for you. What I might do is I might come out, have a little chat with you, and then we'll go back in. So let me stop sharing the screen while we can update that. It was working just a few moments ago because I was checking it and looking at all the lovely things. Good morning to Janice. She says good morning from a dull Swansea. Good morning to our lovely Lucy. Hello to Anne. She says, good morning, Natalie and everybody. Hello to Elaine. She says, Natalie and everybody, hello. Just been on the website and everything's out of stock. I can't imagine it sold out that quickly. As I say, it was there a few minutes ago. So unless somebody had just gone on a shopping spree and gone nuts, hopefully we'll be able to update that for you. Good morning to Joy. Hello to David. Good morning, Natalie. He says it's cold, wet and grey outside in Frinton-on-Sea. But he's bought the kit. So I don't know what's gone on there. Good morning to Debbie. Hello to Sharon. David bought all the colours. David, have you bought everything out? There was more than just one available, I'm sure. Good morning to Janice. Thank you very much, Lucy. Hopefully we'll get that fixed. Good morning to Joanne. She says, good morning from a very dull, chilly Coventry. I finally got to see the scan of my first grandchild due in September. How lovely. Oh my goodness, congratulations to you. Oh, that's just lovely. Yay. Hello to Trine. She says, hello from Denmark. Cold, but spring will be here soon. All my daffodils are out in the garden, but it is so wet and miserable. There's talk of snow and all sorts here in the UK. Good morning to Anne. She says, good morning. What a beautiful sunny morning here in Perth, but so cold, expecting snow. There you go. So you've got the sunshine. Janice says it's dull and miserable in Sudbury as well today. Hi to Carol. Oh, Janice says she's had a clear out of jewellery and seed beads. That sounds exciting. Oh, I hope you're all right, Janice. But it's nice to get yourself organised anyway, isn't it? Camille says, hello, Natalie and everybody. A silly dog is barking and have people put in the shed in the garden. And hello to Tutu. David says he's only bought one of each colour. Right, let me see if I go back over to the website. Let's see if they're there. They will be updated, I'm sure. Good morning to Norma. She says, good morning from a cold but bright Dawlish in Devon. How lovely. Okay, so let's head back over to totallybeads.co.uk. Today we're in the Isabel necklace. So if I can refresh it, do we have an update? showing as no stock. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully it will be corrected for you. I'll show you what they look like anyway. They are £9.99 today for your kit. So they have been discounted from £11.99. And we do have, when they're back in stock, the most beautiful colours for you. We've got an auburn, an electric green, a half blue, a hematite and a mermaid pink. Come on, Totally Beads, update for me so people can buy these lovely necklaces. So you can see in the auburn, we've got these beautiful oval, these lovely kind of oval curved beads. These are the 8mm. We have got new curved beads in stock, like little coin beads. You could use them as well if you wanted to. But in your kit today, you're getting your oval jewellery chain, you're getting your lobster clasp, your jump rings. We're using 2 sizes of jump rings today. I've got your 6mm, which we're using to attach our lobster clasp and the back of our necklace with. And we've also got an 8x1mm jump ring, so a little bit larger, and that's what we're going to be hanging some of these gorgeous oval curved beads off. You're also getting your head pins and your eye pins, both of 50mm, and again these gorgeous crystal oval curved beads at 8mm, which is what we're going to use to decorate the front of our necklace and also create that pendant with. And as I say, if you want to, you can make that matching on either side. You're going to get lots of curved beads in your kit. You're getting a full string of them. So what we've done is we've made sure there is enough materials to create 3 necklaces. So if you wanted to have those coin beads running all the way around the neckline, you can do. If you just want a few on either side, you can do. Or you can follow this pattern with me today and you can have them running up just one side. So when they're back in stock, they are £9.99, and that is your auburn. We've got the gorgeous electric green, and again, all of the bits and bobs you'll need in your kit today, but in this beautiful electric green colour. I'm really hoping if I refresh it, will they magically reappear? Not at the moment. We've got the half blue iris as well. This is such a pretty colour. It's very, very subtle, a very soft blue, but you've got lots of different colours within that. They're all kind of a little bit rainbowy. So on the auburn, it's kind of an orange colour, but you've got your bits of pink. On that green, you've got lovely little bits of blue and purple. On this one, which is your half blue iris, you've got gorgeous little splashes of kind of purples and deeper blues running through it. Really, really pretty. I will show you them down on the mat so you can see those gorgeous colours. We've also got the hematite, which is a beautiful, beautiful blue. Again, all of these gorgeous crystal curved coin beads are they've got like a lovely kind of facet to them, so they are very sparkly and very twinkly, and they catch the light just lovely. And we also have this beautiful mermaid pink, which is gorgeous. There are greens and flashes of gold on this, as well as the most beautiful pink colour. So everything that you need will be in your kit to make up 3 necklaces. We're giving you all the findings, all the chain you need, lovely crystal oval curved beads, your 2 sizes of jump rings, your head pins and your eye pins too. So let me take you down on the mat. I'm going to come right out of that and hope that when I go back in a little while, they are back in stock. I'm not sure what's happened there, but do bear with us, and hopefully, it's lovely to be able to show you these things, but you might want to buy them. I don't know what's gone on there. I do apologise. Yeah, there's some sort of glitch in the system, I think. Mina's saying it's possibly the chain that's out of stock. If that's the case, then we'll be able to get different chain for you. Any chain works with this. So hopefully we'll be able to find another silver coloured chain that we can replace there. Joanna's saying all gorgeous colours. Thank you very much. So let me take you down on the mat and you can see these gorgeous, gorgeous beads that we've got to work with today. So let me take you down. Here we go. So this is the half blue that we have here, if I can hold it up, this colour is called your half blue iris. So you can see it is a lovely blue on it, but if I just gently kind of wiggle them amongst my fingers, you'll see the rainbow already in those. You've got gorgeous kind of little bits of pink. They're just beautiful, and they are faceted. So you can see there that lovely, lovely cut on them. Yeah, Camille, I know. Monday morning gremlins at work already. So all we're going to be doing is we will be putting this on some sort of chain. We will get a chain for you if it is the chain that's out of stock already. And you'll see we've got those lovely little crystal beads running down one side that we've just made double connectors on those eye pins, dropping down into a lovely pendant. So you've got a little bunch that dangle. Very, very pretty. This is your auburn colour, which is just gorgeous. So a beautiful orange, but again, you've got some lovely warm tones. You can see kind of little bits of pinky reds in there too, hopefully. You've even got, in certain lights, little flashes of kind of green colour. Morning, Debbie, how you doing? They are really, really lovely. This one that I'm going to hold up next for you is your electric green. It's just a gorgeous colour. So you can see there's golds in there as well. I don't know what's gone on, Camille. You're right. I mean, we did have a few issues, I think, with the website over the weekend, which was just doing maintenance update. My camera this morning was telling me that certain platforms were going to reduce the resolution of my video. So hopefully you can see these. They're so gorgeous. This is electric green, but there's purples and blues and all sorts in that. They're really, really very stunning. This one is your hematite. So this one is probably more of a uniform colour, but again, it's got that gorgeous cut to it. So it's very, very sparkly. Good morning, Hannah. How are you doing? Yay! Lucy is saying it's all back in stock. Thank you so much. Head over to the website, which is totallybeads.co.uk/Facebook tutorials Isabel necklace. And now you can get your hands on these goodies. There may be a slight change. Good morning, Linda. If it is your chain, but it'll just be the code number, which will be different. I'm sure it'll look exactly the same. This one is your mermaid pink. So, I mean, look how green it is on that side with the golds in it. And then if I flip it over, you've got the most amazing pink colours. It's like a rainbow. Again, dropping down into that lovely little dangle, which looks better when it's on and then moving. Obviously, when it's flat on the table, they kind of splay out a little bit. Thank you, Trine. She says beautiful colours, and Patricia puts yay. So this is the one that I'm going to be demoing with for you today, the electric green. And you can see just how beautiful they are and just how many you're getting as well. I'm not using that many in one of these necklaces, so you're really going to be able to make the most out of your kits, and you're going to be able to get at least 3 necklaces out of there. Obviously, you'll have more chain left over if you decide to use more of the coin beads. You can do whatever you want with this design. So I'm just going to slide them up out the way and I'm going to get going. So for my chain, I'm going to cut one length at about 24 centimetres and another at about 12 centimetres. And what I'm going to do when I make my eye pins, I'm going to make double connectors and have my coins running down one side. So I'm going to want these to essentially be the same length. So the difference between the shorter length and the longer length of chain will be filled with those beautiful little coin beads. All I'm going to do here is just fix that link on the chain, because where I've opened it up, don't know if you can see, there's a gap there that's not been closed over. So you can either take that off or you can just come in with your pliers and just close that over again like you would do with a jump ring, just to make sure that that little bit's closed. So you can do this in whatever order you like. Tutu's wondering why she can't see anybody's comments. I'm not sure what's going on. It's one of those mornings. Linda says it's very pretty. Good morning to Kath and hello to Judith. So as I say, you can do this in whatever order you like. You can start with your pendant. You can start with your length of chain. You can attach your chain together. It really doesn't matter. It's a nice quick make. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my beautiful beads. And I'm going to take out my head pins, my eye pins. So my eye pin in my kit is 50mm, and it's got that little loop on the top, so I can make that a double connector. I'm also going to be using the ball pins, which have got a little ball on the top, which just give this a really pretty finish when they're dangling off the bottom. So I'm going to get my eye pins out, and I'm going to make 9 of these in total. I'm going to use 8 to run down the length of the chain, and I'm going to use 1 to hang in the middle of my pendant as well. So all I'm going to do is thread on my gorgeous crystal beads. I'm only going to use 1 on each pin. And you can use your looper tool with this or your round nose pliers, whichever you prefer. If you're making quite a lot of them, you might want to use, if you're going to do all 3 necklaces at once, you might want to use the your looper tool. But I'm just going to bend over that pin to a 90-degree angle. I'm going to cut off, so I'm leaving about 1 centimetre. So I'm using the flush side of my flush cutters just to give that a little trim. I'm going to hold that bead in place between my thumb and my finger. Probably cut a little bit too much off there. I don't think I need quite that much. Just about 1 centimetre. Just going to cover it with my hand so it doesn't fly off into the distance. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers, going to hold them flush to the end. I only want to turn a small loop, so I'm using towards the bottom tapered end of my round nose. And I'm just going to give it a little turn up, reposition my hand, and with little motions, I'm going to turn that all the way round into a little loop. If I need to straighten it up so my loops are sitting in the same direction, just going to pop my pliers on both ends and just give that little twist. So I've got a little double connector, and I'm going to do that 8 times. Well, I'll do it 9 times, but I'm going to use 8 of them in the body of my my necklace. If you want to use your looper, then slide that pin all the way through till it comes out the hole at the other end. Just be cautious when you close this, so when I squeeze the handles, because I don't want to chip that lovely coin bead. So I'm just going to make sure that there's enough space so it's sitting up close, but it's not too close that it's gonna crack that bead. I'm just going to come back in with my round nose to straighten up that loop a little bit and give it a little twist. So all I'm doing at the moment is just making a lot of lovely little sparkle that's going to be in the pendant of my necklace and also on the main chain length of my necklace. So this is something, if you wanted to kind of batch make them, as in like you're going to make all of these first, you can do. Didn't push that right up as close as I should have done, I don't think, that time. But it doesn't matter if there's a little bit of movement on that pin. Just going to pop my round nose back in just to turn that so I've got more of an eye on that little loop than I have a P shape. And I'm going to go back to my trusty pliers because I feel like my loops are a little bit neater and a little bit more uniform when I do it this way. So we've got very long eye pins for you. You don't need all of them, but if you want to, you could add extra beads, extra coins onto each pin if you wanted. You've got that length there, so you can play about with your design if you wanted to. Or if you wanted to add maybe a little seed bead or another little bead on in between, you can do. just turning those loops. Paul says, oh my goodness, I finally caught you live. I'm in Colorado, USA. Hello, my love. Thank you so much for joining us. Angela says, Monday, Natalie. I've just realised it's Monday and after 10. I don't know where this weekend's gone. You know, it's been so quick. I hope you've all had a nice one. We went to the safari park on Saturday because we got like a pass for my son's birthday last year, so it'll be due to expire soon, and it's just his favourite place. He likes seeing the animals, but he's just more enamoured, I think, with the kind of like little fair rides that are there. So that was fun. It was cold, we had to wrap up, and then yesterday we went to one of his friends' parties, his 5th birthday party, and that was at a place with lots of kind of like bouncy castle, trampoline type places. So he's had a very fun-filled weekend, but it's just gone really, really quick. So all I'm doing is I'm popping my gorgeous coin beads onto the pins, giving it a little turn to about a 90-degree angle. So when I come back in after turning that pin, it's going to sit on the top. Chopping off, keeping it in my fingers so it doesn't fly away. Making sure that's flush, there's nothing sticking out, so I can turn that all the way round into a lovely eye shape. Also just going to turn that bottom a little bit because the one that's already done wasn't quite central. I mean, you don't have to be hugely exact with this design, but at the same time, if you're going to do it, you want to do it properly. Is that not the joy of handmade jewellery, that you can have it looking neat and create a beautiful finish with your head and your eye pins or your ball pins? So again, just giving them a little turn, trimming off. Lucy also agrees that the weekend went in a flash. And hopefully you can see all the comments now. Don't know what's been going on. So all I'm doing once I've turned it is, if it's slightly moved a little bit and twisted round, just want them sitting straight so they're facing the same direction on those eye pins. Sliding it through. These coin beads are just so gorgeous. Well, you don't really know whether they're actually coin beads. They're just crystal ovals, but they've just got a beautiful shape to them. I just hold one up under the camera. It's got like a thickness to it, which is just lovely, beautiful shape, and a facet on the front, which just makes it so sparkly. Absolutely pause 271, just they're gorgeous crystals. Just so sparkly. Always love a bit of sparkle, but I think if you're gonna use something like this, it's lovely to create a pendant with them like we're doing here, that's got that movement in it because you're attaching them to the pins. It just enables them to kind of move and catch the light that little bit more and make the most beautiful sparkle on them. So just creating my pins, so I've got double connectors. I'm on the last one now, so I'm doing 9 of these in total for this particular design. Obviously, if you want to change the length of your necklace, you can use more of your chain that's in your kit. You can add more crystal coin beads on if you want to. You're getting, as I say, a massively long strand in your kit. This is all the same one I'm working off. So you're going to have plenty, definitely enough to make 3. Just holding that crystal between my thumb and my finger, just to hold it in place while I turn that loop round. Check it's sitting pretty. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making the main body of the necklace, which is going to run round my neck. As I say, you can do this in kind of any stage that you want to. I'm going to use, to begin with, my smaller 6mm jump rings. So I'm going to open up my jump ring by getting as much surface area on that ring as I can, and I'm going to give it a little twist towards me to open, and then I'm just going to slide it through the last link on my chain. I'm also going to get my Lobster Clasp, which is a 12mm Lobster Clasp in your kit, and I'm going to pop that on as well before I just close it over by just gently moving that jump ring in the opposite direction. Those two ends rub together beautifully then, so I know it's fully closed. So I'm just going to turn it towards me or away from me. You know what I'm going to say. I'm not opening it out that way because I don't want to distort the shape on the ring and I don't want to weaken that jump ring. Again, just add in that last little link on my chain, and then I'm going to close it over again. So I've opened it towards me to close it and just going away from myself. If I want to, I can take it just slightly past that point where they meet. So when I let go, it'll spring back perfectly closed. So they can now be attached together, and that's what's going to run along the back of my neckline here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these lovely crystal coin shaped, keep calling them coin shaped, I know they're probably not coin shaped, but I'm going to add those on. Ovals, they're ovals, just to the end of the chain. Now I'm not going to attach these with any jump rings, I'm just going to use those loops that we've made that are on those pins, slightly open one of them, again sliding it onto the last link of the chain, and then closing it over. And I'm going to attach 8 of these together. So opening up my little loop, sliding it on and closing it back over. So this is why I want to make sure that my loops are fully formed when I turn them, because all I need to do then is just flick it back down and then they'll be fully closed. So to open, again, I'm not opening it out, I'm just going to give it a little flick up, tiny flick of my wrist. Here comes the sunshine. We'll probably have shadows on the mat now. There must be a gorgeous rainbow somewhere. For the amount it rained this morning, as I say, it was raining sideways on the way to school, but only for the duration of the walk to school, which is just typical. So piecing them all together. If you want to, you can add these to the other side of the length of the chain as well. If you don't like an asymmetrical look, that is up to you. You can add maybe 4 onto each side, or you can use more of the crystals in your kit. Or you could, if you didn't want to use much of the chain, you could just have a little bit of the chain running at the back of your neck. Then you could use the rest of your coin beads to go all the way round. Morning, Noshin, how are you doing? Camille says, no sun here, dull. Send it over to us, please. Paul is asking, did we get the materials list? What metal in your chain? Have a little look at the website. I think it'll be nickel free. Have a little look and it will go through all of the contents. I will show you them again at the end because we were having a little bit of an issue at the start of the video, but I'll show you that pause at the end as well. She says it's 3:30 here. Goodness, you're up early. Mina saying she's trying to be good, so I think that's probably not being tempted to buy these. How could you not want these though, Mina? Do you have these in your stash? Because look at them, they're so gorgeous. I don't know if I've missed any comments. Lucy says, enough to make 3 necklaces for £9.99. What a fab price. Margaret is apologising she's late. Don't worry, Margaret, we had some techie issues at the beginning, so you're here on time. You've got to the good bit. Janice is saying she loves them all. I don't think I've missed any questions. Angela says, no rain but wind but sunshine and probably cold. It's yeah, it's gone lovely and bright now. I'd say there'll be shadows on my mat in a minute. Okay, so I've added all of the crystals that I want on one side. Obviously, I've got my chain already attached together. So I'm going to bring those two together at the front, and I'm going to use that larger jump ring that's in my kit. So the first jump ring we were using to attach around the back of the necklace were your 6mm. These ones are your 8 by 1mm jump rings. So you're going to get 3 of these in your pack. You only need 1 per necklace to size for each design, but you're going to use the larger one here. So you can see slightly larger than my other ones. I'm going to open that up and I'm going to slide that on to one end of my chain. I'm also going to add on my other crystal coin bead, which I use my crystal on the other eye pin. So I'm going to slide that on as well. And then I'm going to add the other end of my chain with those crystals on. And then close that over together. So this is going to start to form my pendant at the bottom here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create more of my little dangles with these gorgeous crystals. Get a little bit of focus, but I'm going to use these on the ball pins now, so they've got that lovely finish. We don't need to make them double connectors. So on the ball pins, I'm going to make 11 of these. You can use as many as you want, but what I tend to do is I attach 4 onto either side of the jump ring. So there will be 2 on this side and 2 on this side. I'm going to attach another 2 onto the loop on that eye pin, and then I'm going to put on the bottom 5 other little dangly ones. So I'm going to use 11 ball pins in total, but if you want to add more or less to that, you can do. You could even add more eye pins if you wanted to bring that down and have it longer through here. There's a real delay at the moment now with my camera, so I'm hoping you can all see what's going on. My hands are now on the mat. That's really weird. Such a delay. I don't know what's going on today. Okay, so I'm going to get my ball pins out and I'm just going to carry on with my crystals. So I'm doing exactly the same with this really in terms of turning my pins. I'm going to pop them on the ball pin. You might want to just double check some of the holes. They're nice and large, so they'll fit on with ease. But if that little ball on the bottom of your pin isn't absolutely central, it can sometimes slide off, but these are looking good at the moment. So I'm just sliding on my crystals onto my ball pins, making sure that they're not going to fall off the end and they all fit nicely. The chances of it happening are quite slim, but I did come across one. I think it was as I say, it was more the ball pin than it was the crystals. The holes are all uniform in them. Angela's saying the magic of technology. Camille saying there's no delay for her. That's good. As long as you can see what's going on. So I've just added my beautiful little crystals onto the bottom of there. And I'll just move them slightly out of the way, so hopefully we've got a little bit of focus. And I'm just going to turn my pins again. So I am coming in. These ball pins are nice and soft, but strong enough to create that lovely loop. Turning it on a 90-degree angle and giving it a little trim. And then I'm just going to turn that pin. So I've got a lovely loop which sits at the top. Make sure your loops are closed fully so they will connect on with ease. So if you want, you can attach these as you go, or you can make them all up first and then attach them. Just keep lifting it up really. Have a little look by eye that you're happy with how they're sitting. And if you feel you want to make it look a little bit fuller, then you can just add more on in certain places. But I'm kind of making like a little bunch of dangles off the bottom, which again, I think look very, very pretty. And because you've got this lovely facet on those crystals, just beautiful oval shape. Look at the colour. They're going to move and kind of jangle around a little bit. So I'm popping it on my pin. Again, I've got a really long pin here. I've got a 50mm ball pins and eye pins in my kit. So you can keep the ends of them and use them for something else if you want to make them into connectors again. We're using the ball pins at the moment because I don't need the double connector on it. I just need one loop at the top to hang them. So I'm just giving that a little turn just to create my little loops. Yeah, Lucy's saying there's a bit of a lag between the Facebook and the YouTube. I'm hoping it's okay. As long as you can keep up. If you've got any questions, if maybe it is jumping or there is a delay or you're not sure of something or I've not explained something clearly enough, then please let me know. I'll always try and kind of differentiate and explain it in a different way if I need to. And again, you can use your looper tool with this if you want as well. I find just using my brown nose is fine. It doesn't take that long to do. So I'm positioning my pin towards the end of my round nose, making sure it's flush so there's no pin sticking out the other end. I'm holding my knuckles away from me with my pliers in my hand, and on the other one I'm just holding down that lovely little crystal between my thumb and my finger to keep it in place. I give it a little turn up to create that little kind of curve in the pin, and then reposition my hand again. So I'm not putting much strain on my wrist. I'm just giving it a little rotate back in if it needs to straighten up. I tend to find that when I go slower to show you and explain, it doesn't go quite as well as when I've just got the momentum of when I'm doing it. So just watch as I go, the position of my hands. Hold on to that pin so it doesn't fly away. Just pinching the pin in between the two ends of my round nose plier to give it a little bit of a grip. Turn that loop all the way round. Pause, I'll go through that as well at the end. She says, oh, I just did the conversion to US dollars. What a gorgeous kit for $13. By the way, YouTube is great here in the US. Well, I'm glad that the feed's working for you, the stream's working for you there. So according to Pause 271, I will go through different currencies and how you can change it to your currency because we do ship worldwide. So you might not be using pounds sterling, you might be using something else, but you're going to be getting a bargain whatever you change that currency into. Bear in mind that's not one necklace you're getting enough in your kit today to make 3 necklaces up. And to be honest, you're probably going to have some of these gorgeous crystals left over, so you could make a little bracelet with them as well, which would look really elegant and really, really sweet. You could even make a pair of earrings up. You could group them together and pop them on a little ear wire, or you could just have one dangling off. They are absolutely gorgeous. I implore you, if you don't have these crystals in your kit, get them. If you don't have them in your stash, rather, get them. Get these kits because they're really, really versatile, and I guarantee you won't be sorry. As soon as you get them, you'll realise just how beautiful they are, because my camera, my lighting just doesn't do them justice. Look how beautifully sparkly they are. They are gorgeous. I know, Camille. I've also got loads of banging going on and stuff next door as well now. So hopefully, you know, there's not too many distractions. My lovely neighbours are moving. I'm so sad. You know, if you can get good neighbours, it makes just a whole lot of difference to how you feel about living in your home. And I'm very pleased for them, but I'm also going to be extremely sad to see them go. So the next few lives, there might be a little bit of movement and noise going on in the background, because I'm sure they'll be busy packing and doing little jobs and things around the house. I will have to explain to whoever moves in, because we are a semi-detached house, so we're adjoined. They might hear me talking to myself on a Monday or a Friday. I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to you lot. But they might think that lady next door's a little bit peculiar and a little bit odd. And they would be right, wouldn't they? Okay, so I'm just adding my last one. And now I can start attaching them. Just need to shape that better, because it obviously wasn't flush. A little straight bit there. So I'm just opening it back out again, just to kind of fix it a little. There you go, that will do. So I'm going to add 2 on this side onto the jump ring, and 2 on this side onto the jump ring. Now you can open up your jump ring if you want, but it's just as easy, if not probably a little bit easier, just to flick open the ball pin and the loop that we've made and just attach them on. So I'm just going to put a couple on the top of there, so they dangle either side of the eye pin that we've made. And again, you can add more or less if you want to. There's 2 on that side. Just going to give that a little flick up and attach onto the opposite side. So still going on the jump ring, but just on the opposite side of the eye pin. Just keep lifting it up. Threading them on and closing that pin back down. Camille says you're not that loud, surely. I don't know. Well, they'll probably know that I'm in on my own and thinking, who's she talking to? I suppose it could be on the phone, couldn't I? You never know. They might be fans. They might watch. Okay, now I'm going to attach another 2 on, and I'm going to attach them on the actual loop on the eye pin itself. So I'm not putting these ones on the jump ring, I'm putting them on the top loop here, here on the eye pin. That's just going to create like quite a full look. But again, you don't have to do that. You can add them on wherever you want. I just think when it's hanging, I'll put one on at the end so you can see how it sits. So just sliding it through the hole or the little loop in the eye pin. So you can see it's already starting to cluster together. Mina says, oh, I love my crystal beads. I made the heart decorations with crystal beads and a bunny. Oh, bunny charms last night. That sounds lovely. Mina, will you share that in the group? Wilma says, I can never get 2 loops the same size. It's practice. You're going to be making quite a few on this necklace design, Wilma. So before long, they will start looking the same. But you know what? It doesn't matter. by eye, you're not going to see if there's a slight difference in them. And as long as they all kind of, you know, work, that they can attach onto the jump ring and whatnot, then it's absolutely fine. Don't worry if they're not absolutely perfect. But if you do get yourself a looper tool, that's going to turn you a loop. For this one particular is a 2.25, so it's bigger than the ones that are on my eye pins to begin with, but you can get a smaller size as well, and then you're going to get that uniform shape. I hope I've not missed any comments, so I'm just going to keep going with this. Now all I'm going to do is attach the rest of them, so 5 more, just on the bottom loop of that eye pin. So on the bottom of my pendant, I've got all ball pins aside from one eye pin in the middle with a double connector, which is just going to give me that little bit of length, but also those loops are going to be large enough just to be able to attach these 5 on the bottom. Again, you can add more, you can add less, you can do whatever you want. Just sliding it on. Sorry, my tool was in the way then, so I don't think you could see. And just closing it over. So opening it up with a little flick of my wrist, just to open up that loop slightly. Sliding it on to the bottom of the eye pin loop, and a little flick down to close. And then my last one, flick to open, sliding on and closing back over, and it's done. So if I can try and get it to hold up for you, you can see the shape that we're making off the bottom. They're going to be like 2 lovely little bunches of dangles, and it's just going to catch the loop, the light really pretty. Sorry, Paul says I've got that looper and I love playing with it. And Mina says I'll try, Natalie, as my Easter earrings and necklace and heart decorations are already in pack to drop to the care home for my friend to sell for me, but she'll definitely try and get some pictures. Thank you very much. And David says it looks very beautiful. Thank you, David. What I am going to do is I'm going to take myself up and I'm going to pop it on. This is the one that I've just made. Again, you can make your chain longer or shorter if you want to. This is not the right neckline to show off this beautiful necklace with, but hopefully you can see how they hang at the bottom. I'm going to take you over to the website so you can see how to change your currency if you need to, and you can actually see them now. They're all back in stock. Wilma said, is that tool you showed us easy to use? Yes, absolutely. I'm literally popping my pin through the little hole at the back and just squeezing the handles together, and by popping the pin through the hole at the back, it cuts and it turns a loop. So all I'm doing is just that motion with my hands. So if you've got any dexterity problems, if you suffer from arthritis, then this is a really useful tool to have. Sheila says, very pretty. I love them green crystals. And Pauline says she's had trouble seeing the comments today as well. I hope I've not. I hope if you've had any questions, I've answered them. If you're wondering what it is that we're making, head over to the website, which is totallybeads.co.uk. You can find on our main page, if I can go back again so I can show you how to get in, you can see these gorgeous curved coin beads here, which are similar to the ones that I've been using. They're new. You can get them in different sizes as well. But if you want our kits today, head over to the video tutorials category just here. I've been making with you the Isabel necklace. There are 5 beautiful colours to choose from. They are all in stock. They are £9.99 for 3 necklaces. If you need to change your currency, if you click up here, it's got Great British pounds there, but you can change them to whatever you want. So if you're looking for euros, you can click there and you can see that 3 necklaces are €11.41. An absolute bargain, whatever whatever you're paying in. And then if you want, say, your US dollars, whatever it is that you're looking for, you can just click on that. Ooh, they're even less than I thought. They are $12.15. So an absolute bargain for you today for 3 necklaces. We've got gorgeous colours to choose from. The auburn, the electric green, which is what I've demoed with today, the half blue iris, the hematite, and a mermaid pink. So I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you liked them. Thank you for being patient with me this morning when we had the odd little technical error. And thank you so much if you have bought the kits. I hope you really enjoy making them. Tucci says, thank you, Natalie, and good night, everybody. Sweet dreams to you. Pause 271 says she's going to, I'm assuming it's a she. I do apologise if you are a they or a he. But they have said, I experiment with the loop of different sizes, lengths, etc. I've learned so much, which is lovely. Camille says, very pretty. Thank you, Natalie, for another great live. Going to go out with my neighbour. Have a lovely day, everybody. Enjoy your neighbours, Camille. Make the most of them. And Sheila says, thank you. You're most welcome. I hope you've enjoyed these necklaces. They're very, very pretty. I'm going to be back with you on Friday. I'm going to be making more necklaces, I think, with you. So please come and join me on Friday. I'm sure the week's going to go very, very quick. But have a good one, whatever you're doing. Stay